Let's settle in and let's start. For this session that we are getting into right now, it is a showcase of the different projects that the students had. And the reason why we are doing this is so that the audience that is with us here, we have parents, we have teachers, we have principals, we have dignitaries from different ministries in the government. We have civil society organizations that have joined us. And during the morning session, we've shared a lot of talk about what our girls are able to do. Cindy Edwin. So it is now time to showcase what they have. And how I want us to do this session is each of the students that we have different projects. And in this room, at the far, that is right. On the far right, students are showcasing their projects. And the students that we have with us in this room are the students who emerged the winners from the regional competitions that we did. From the video that we shared earlier, we said that we did 4 regional competitions in 4 different areas. And these 4 regional competitions were able to bring together all the schools that were participating so that we are able to determine from each of the region who proceeds to the nationals. So the students who are showcasing or rather have projects at the far right at the room are the students who proceeded. And what I want us to do, we might not get a chance to show all the 9. We have a total of 9 projects that proceeded. We might not show all the 9, but we will show you a variety of the projects in different categories, because hawa wasichana wakiwa shule walisoma mambo tofauti. They did coding. Coding ni kujua how computers ama kujua vile digital devices zinafanya kazi. Unaweza kuwa uko na simu lakini haujui kuitumia in the right way. So we taught them coding using a program called Scratch. So they did projects in that. We also had projects in Meki Meki. Meki Meki is a small kit. You will be seeing it at the exhibitions. It's a small kit that teaches students about physics and even about hardware integration, mambo ya stima. Very innovative. And something else that we also do is robotics. And for the robotics, we use this Lego kit. It's called a Lego kit, for them to learn concepts on how you can make your own machines. The reason why we are showcasing these projects before we even compete and know who is a winner is because, first things first, these students have been able to create projects. Because when we started, they did not have all this knowledge. And for them, it was about understanding or even knowing how they can do coding, how they can do robotics. So I'm very proud of them because walianza na concepts. Unajua mtu kama ajui kitu mnaanza chini kabisa. And with time, they have truly grown. And hizi projects zenye walitengeneza, number 1, they are independent projects. Independent projects in terms of, they are projects that the students thought about, they shared with their teachers, with the skills and the experience that the teachers have, they worked together to refine their projects to have what we have now. And the reason why I'm proud of them is because if I use something as simple as this robot, for example, you'll see them. When we were teaching them, they were following images for instructions. If you have a Lego kit and you want to join a part and a part, tulikuwa tunatumia picha kuwaonyesha. Unaweza shikanisha this part and this part. Uende kama umeijenga, and then it becomes something like a car. Inaweza kuwa anything that you want. But now the reason why I'm proud of these projects is because for something like robotics, there is no guide to how they have made this robot. It was their own creation. From which part do we join to which one? What are we trying to create? So you can just see how innovative and how they have grown in their skills of technology and in the different things that they have learned. In Scratch, I'm proud of them because they have been able to code. You know, when, for example, let me just give a simple example, because I have parents in the room, and I'd like them to understand what your students were doing. Saa zile unatumia simu, kama uko na simu ya touch, for example. Ukiwa na simu ya touch, unaweza fungua uende kwa messages, unaweza enda WhatsApp, kidogo uende kwa radio. When you're clicking from one part to another, kwa hiyo simu yako, you are communicating to your phone. Si ndio? Na ndio maana inaweza kufanya venye unaiambia. Hauongeangi nayo na mdomo, lakini through touching that screen that you have, the computer knows what you're telling it. Haujaifinya WhatsApp, ikafungua YouTube. Ukifinya WhatsApp, inafungua WhatsApp. Because it is following the instructions that you have given. So for us, it was students to understand that all these things that we have, these cameras, phones, computers, anything that is digital, it is following instructions. Hawa watu wa kamera, asipofinya ni on ama ni off. Akifinya hapo pa kupiga picha, ndio inapiganga. It doesn't just take photos automatically. But then, there is an instruction that they are giving. So for them to understand how to give instructions, na aweze kutengeneza kitu yenye, if you give instruction to that thing, it is able to execute the command that you have given. And the projects were inspired by sustainable development goals. Students were working on different areas. Kuna wenye walichagua quality education, wengine wakachagua health, wengine wakachagua partnerships. So people worked on projects inspired by different SDGs. So I don't want to take much time because this time is for my students. And the first group that I'd like to invite is from St. Kizito. They participated in the third regional competition, and they had a robotics project. As I'm talking, I'm hoping that the students can join me here together with their teacher. They had a robotics project. I'm inviting them to just share briefly what their project was about, and also I'd like them to do just a small demonstration of how that robot is working. Tukimaliza na hao, we will shift sides to the other part. We will see another robotics project. Then from there, we will invite 2 teams to share on their Scratch projects. So at this time, I'd like to hand over to you, George, being the teacher that worked with the girls at St. Kizito. You can just tell us briefly, don't preempt because project ni yao, but you can just tell us what the project is about. Then from there, I think we'll give Janet a chance to voice maybe any explanation that they will be giving about their project. Sinisao.
Okay, good afternoon. Okay, I'm Mr. George from St. Kizito. So the project is under the SDG goal number 3, which is good health and well-being. So the students were aiming to come up with a project. Like now we have the Mpox virus. So they decided, because back in the 2020, we had the corona. So we were having the dispenser for various types of dispensers. So they decided, let us come up with one which can be controlled by a robot, which is an automatic soap dispenser. So this is an automatic soap dispenser, which you do not have to touch. You just have, it uses a sensor, whereby when you just use your hand, then it will be able to release the soap by itself. So that is briefly about the projects. It is an automatic soap dispenser, but the name which they have given it is called the Hygimet, and their motto, just like the Safaricom has, when you look at Safaricom, we have Safaricom, then we have in the back, before we were using the better option. So for them, we have the Hygimet. Now under the motto is clean hands saves life. So that's about the project. So now the students can be able to display so that you can be able to see how the project will be going about it.
Okay, now, oh, he's trying to explain the name of that part. So he's trying to describe the name of that part. That it means that the hand, time you move closer to that, that when you touch that part, which is showing the motor, that is the motor, then it will make it to be able to run well. Then number 3, we have that part that she's going to show us. That is the part she's describing. So all of them, they work easily together. They are connected to the computer. So she's going to demonstrate what is going to happen. So the hand, that is the part as you are seeing it. She's showing the 2 parts. It will be able to see and sense well. And the sound will be able to, all of us will be able to live well. And the sound, for the deaf, they'll not be able to have the sound, but once they see it, they will be able to show how the project works. So she's trying to say that it involves persons with disability because they're able to see well, and it will be able to run well. And the next step is that she's representing, so she's trying to go to the computer. So time you use your hand, so that is the place. You keep the hand there, it senses. It's supposed to sense. So have you seen clearly, or have you heard the voice from the, so you have to wait after you've put your hand through the sensor. So if you are not deaf, you are hearing the sound. So it means that time you use the hand, you are able to get the soap and be able to wash. She's describing how to wash your hands so that you can be able to be safe. And everything is trying to keep us safe from the diseases, because so that all of us can be able to have a good life. That is all about the project. I hope you heard the sound for the hearing. So it's solving different things. That is a conclusion.
Let's clap for St. Kizito. No, a hearty a clap. Oh, we are doing an inclusive one. Ukifanya hivi unasalimia. Ukifanya hivi ni kusalimia. So tuinue juu hivi. Intentional inclusivity. Yes, thank you. So, asanteni sana. That was St. Kizito. They had an automatic soap dispenser project. And honestly, that is just wonderful in terms of the setup, which part to join to which part. Wakapima height. Unajua hapa kuna a lot of logistics. Wakapima height, wakajua itafinya how much, wakaeka code ya kusema imove hivi. So it's different and that is very innovative. That is St. Kizito. Now I would want to invite Joy Town. They also had a robotics project. I first want to do the robotics, then we can do 2 more in Scratch. So I'd like to invite Joy Town to just come to the front with their project. Then just to do a simple demonstration of what your project is about. From there, you can just do something with the robot for the audience to understand what your project was about. Joyfree, as the mentor of these students, you can say something, then you can give them a chance to express themselves.
Okay, good afternoon. I know you are eager to see what we are yet to showcase with our students. This project is about reducing accidents on roads. So it's a model. It's not the actual car, but it's a model that these students would like maybe in future, the cars can be made to be a robot, because sometimes I know in our society we have people with disabilities that they might not be able to hold maybe a steering wheel, and if cars can be made to be robots, they can just be getting in and expect to be in their destination. Thank you. So the students will introduce themselves and show what they did from the regionals. Thank you.
I'm Phyllis Wamboy.
I'm Winnie Sharon.
I'm Jistrida Mumboa. The project was on reducing road accidents in Kenya with modeled vehicle robots. Introduction. Facilities and injuries. In 2021, over 4,579 people lost their lives due to road accidents in Kenya. The car is called Alpha 13.
The common causes of accidents: 1 is overtaking, 2, speeding and non-compliance with traffic rules. To brief you more, the main objective is just to avoid road accidents. As you can see there, our car model is just to follow a path line. For this, we haven't modernized it completely yet because of the materials. But as you can see, as the teacher presses the button, it moves, following the white line. As you can see briefly, it follows the white line, and when it's not where it's not does not see the white line, it rotates, trying to look for the white line to follow. We used for the construction of our Alpha Deity car model, we used Lego spike. We used motors and sensors for it to work and to sense the color of the road, our modeled road. Yes, thank you. And conclusion is that if we were given more Lego spike, we could improve it, modernize it into a very good perfection, whereby when it senses an object in front of it, it will stop. Yes. Thank you.
So that is Joytown. Joytown essay in Thika. Let's clap for Joytown. So at the back there, they will be having their project. It's okay, you can sit down. They will be having their project showcase in there. And tomorrow they will be judged. So pass by their booth, see what they have, ask them questions. I know you might ask a question enye itasaidia wa refine their project before they are judged tomorrow. So good work Joytown. Now I want us to move to the last robotics project, all the way from Mumias by St. Angela Mumias Secondary School for the Deaf. I want to invite their teacher, Mr. Frederick Wafula, together with your students. You can just come to the front, share with us what you have. And for these projects that we have showcased, these are not all the projects. We have more. We've just selected to show what they had. So we have more robots projects, but then after these robotics projects, then we will show you some scratch projects so that you can understand when we talk about STEM. And STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. STEM. So over to you, St. Angela.
Thank you very much. I'll go straight to the project. The project is automation, industrial automation, and it has a mat. The mat addresses the four main agendas for Kenya's agenda, that is manufacturing, universal health care, affordable housing, and food security. So the objective of the project was to support the Big Four agenda by automation of services. So we've created 5 missions. The students created 5 missions, but for display, they'll display only the first 2. Thank you. Her name is Faith Akoth, and that's her sign name. Her name is Terry Karen, and her sign name is that. Her name is Claire Nafula, and her sign name is that. They are students from St. Angela Mumia Secondary School for the Deaf Girls. They want to present a project on automation So they want to go straight to the mission, and the mission one, will be the project will deliver a cuboid to the school. They have used Scratch to create the program and put the program in the robot. So it is automatically following the programs that have been installed in it. So that is the first program. That is the robot delivering a white cuboid to the school. And it follows the path, the road up to where the school is, and it will deliver the items. That's done. It has already delivered, and it's going back to where it came from. The first mission is complete. Thank you. So let us go to the second mission. The second mission is that the robot will deliver a water tank to the residential estate. Same program has already been installed in the robot, so the robot will just follow the instructions to deliver the tank to the residential estate. Thank you. It has already delivered the tank, and it's now going back to where it came from.
That wasn't seen. I think the camera people, let's do that again. Thank you.
So let us repeat mission 2. Mission 2 was the robot was supposed to deliver a water tank to the residential estate. So it has started its way, following the instructions that were given to it, using Scratch. And it is supposed to deliver a water tank to the residential estate. mission is done, and it's now going back to where it came from. Thank you. That is what we had for today. Thank you.
Thank you, St. Angela. One more clap for them. I honestly loved how all the projects that the students created, they had a purpose. It was not just a project. It was inspired by something. The soap dispenser, the traveling, transport industry, because there are so many challenges. And I think this is what we were talking about earlier. We need to move with everyone. Because watu wenye hawana disabilities wakisema wao challenges zao kwa barabara ati ni jam. On the other side, watu wenye wako na disabilities challenges zao ni niko na wheelchair na nataka kupanda matatu. Nitapanda aje matatu? Sisi wote tuko na gari. So challenges are different in the same sector. So if we approach the challenges differently, then we are not moving together. But then if we work together, we are able to change an industry, ikiwa pamoja, in entirety, because different people have contributed to the solutions that we are having. Let me just share something as we show the last scratch project that we have. Last year and last year but one, we participated at an activity by another organization called STEAM Labs Africa. They invited us to Teens Innovation Week. And we have different students here who participated, Hawa wa Shule, and also some from our community STEM program who are here. And when we participated at those activities, it was a great eye-opener, and that is the feedback that we got from them. For us, it was about they are doing an activity that we feel our students can benefit from, and also the networking with other students from other schools. So when we went to that activity, we participated, and our students were divided to the different breakout rooms when they were working on different areas. And the feedback that I got from the program's person on the other side was, you have changed how our students are thinking. Because wao wakifikiria mambo ya lift, ama wakifikiria sijui tunataka kuongeza sijui nini kwa simu, this other group is now talking about we don't even have that phone. So there was a huge inequality in the room. And the students on the other side, juu walikuwa watoto wa international schools, they were challenged by having this group in the crowd and seeing what they can do. Because robotics is robotics. If you learn it at Crawford International or you learn it at Sijui Kibera Primary, robotics ni robotics. So them being in the same room with the same skills with everyone was a great eye-opener, and it just shows how we can work together to make sure that everyone is part of. So at this point now, I want to invite St. George de Porres. They had a scratch project that we want to showcase to you. It's our last project that we will showcase. And please remember, we have said these are not all the projects that we have, because in total 9 projects proceeded to the national levels. And I know in the afternoon they will be polishing on the ideas before they are judged tomorrow. So this is just to show the audience, the parents who are here, wanaona vitu zenye watoto wao wanasoma. Juu ukitaja tu hapa scratch, mzazi ajui scratch ni nini, but then akiona physically on the screens and they can see their students operating it with very much ease, it speaks to how much skills that the students have gained. So on the com side, I'd like you to project that project for them so that we can give them a chance to just share with us. Your project is on the screen, guys, so that you can just tell us what is that on the screen. What is it doing? What is the inspiration? Then from there, I know they will play your project so that people can see. Then we can continue with the session. Over to you, Austin.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Onyango Austin from St. George Special. So we had a project incorporating the visual aids in the learning process. So this project is all about using the visual aids in teaching. We have students who have difficulties in maybe comprehending the notes, but when you use that, it makes it easy for them to understand what is being taught. So I think the students will just continue and show what happens. So this is the solar system, is the concept that was being used, the concept that was being explained in the project. Matilda.
Hello everyone. Our project was about visual aid incorporation in learning solar system.
So our project was focusing on visual learning, which is helping students with hearing disabilities. So visually they can see things and the way they are being kept on the solar system. We were just talking on the solar system, but the project is used to show different other topics in different subjects, like let's say biology, you can talk of respiratory system, and in geography, here we are speaking of solar system. Then let's say you can talk of forestry and other sorts of topics. But here we are helping students who are having hearing impairment and those who have problems in comprehending written notes. Like we find there are students who are unable to understand things quickly when they see them and write them. But when you see it practically, it really helps you and give you a mode of like, let's say, creative thinking. So here we were focusing on solar system, and we were like learning solar system using Scratch. It was formed using Scratch software, in that the Scratch software can also be used to make other types of projects like the ones I've already told you. So ours was on solar system. We are focusing there. And if they are kept in schools, different schools, like for example, the School for the Deaf, it can help students really much. So as you can see, the planets are rotating, and when the green sign is clicked, you can see all the informations about the planets and the things that are kept there. That's all. Thank you.
So let's clap for St. George as they sit down. And I want to just shed some light on what we have here. Think of students in a class with different disabilities. These students don't understand concepts in the same way. There are people who do better with pictures, others do better with notes, others do better maybe with audio, different versions. So these students are trying to tell us, we can create resources for ourselves. We can create materials that can help other students with disabilities to understand concepts that might be hard. Because with such an image, what we had, it is very easy for you to understand what is going on compared to kusoma notes. There are 9 planets in the solar system. The first planet is, hata sijui the first one. Lakini najua Pluto ni ya mwisho. So, with that picture, you can just remember. And honestly, there is so much that has gone into that project. That is what is making me very proud. Think of it this way. Scratch does not look like this. At the bottom there, you can see different, they're called characters. Kwa hivyo walitengeneza characters tofauti. Wakatengeneza ni sun. Alafu planet ya kwanza, ya pili. Kila planet iko kwa orbit yake. Diameter ni tofauti. Do you see the mathematics that is there? They did not just draw circles. It is a whole understanding of concepts. They knew diameter. They knew that the planets do not clash. They don't all make that one rotation with the same time. Zingine zinafika mbele ya zingine. So there is a lot of understanding of concepts for them to remove what is in the books and bring it to technology so that other students like them can understand what they have created. So this is truly inspirational, and them saying that in solar system too. You know, I honestly thought about something. You know, in high school tulifunzwa, and I honestly applaud my teachers here. Do you know how hard organic chemistry is? Ethanol. Ethanol inaandikanga sijui CH3 COOH. Ikonya. Someone is not hearing. How do you explain that is ethanol? Mwingine haoni. How do you tell them that is ethanol? Because ethanol does not change because you can't see. It is still the same. So imagine kazi yenye hao walimu wamekuwa nayo. Ndio maana hata walimu wa chemistry hawapendwi. Unafunza hapo metals. Sijui ferrous iron sulfate. Hiyo yezi ingia. Na sign language. Kwa hiyo chebu sign ferrous iron sulfate. Just imagine how that class looks like. You understand? So what we are saying is, we need to move from the traditional way of teaching. And that is why I love my teachers. Because they have embraced technology and they are now using technology to make their classes easier. Mwanafunzi mwenye hasikii, kwanza kumsainia hapo biology, sijui classification, mitochondria. You know, they are very big words. Na government haileti simpler words for them. The words still remain. Mitochondria is mitochondria. Kabla wai maliza kusaini mitochondria, mtoto ashachoka. Hata hataki kumuona. And then you know, it's very interesting. You guys should go to classes. It's very interesting because kabla malize kusaini mitochondria, hata wewe, for how long have you looked at me? Dakika kidogo sana. Lakini if we use the traditional method of teaching, tunaambia huyo mwanafunzi ashinde kama ameangalia teacher. Huyo teacher pengine hata ashaboeka. Mwanafunzi hataki kushinda akimwangalia. Because the only way, or rather the mode of communication that they have is sign language. Si ni kweli? So asipoangalia mwalimu, everything is lost in that class. Si ni kweli? But then we are saying, let us not just rely on the traditional ways of teaching. Let us use now technology to make learning easier. Badala ya kushinda hapo ukisainia watoto arachninda, ati sijui spiders ziko kwa arachni, you know, enyewe ndio maana waelewi science subjects. It is not the concept, it is the method of teaching. Akiona hiyo video hapa, akiona the heart ikipump blood, it is easier for the teacher to explain hii ni right valve. Si ni kweli? Yeah? So that's why we are saying, let us all work together. And if the students can create for themselves their own visual aid to learn the solar system, and this is a project, it means we can even have more resources even in more subjects, in more projects, because in this Scratch, you can learn mathematics. In this Scratch, we can do compositions. In this Scratch, we can do so many things. So let us embrace technology from what we have been shown by the students. And we have other exhibitors from different organizations who have joined us, because it's not, STEM is not just Scratch. There is so much. And I want to encourage the students. We will be having some exhibitors outside there. And as they set up, just pass by. Muone vitu zingine. It is not just Scratch and robotics. There is so much. So let us widen our scope of STEM and understand that there is so much that we can do. And with that, I'd like to close this session of showcasing of projects, and maybe we can have some entertainment interlude kidogo, because we have a principal who is joining us all the way from Mombasa. Amesema hawezi achwa nyuma. Amesema ni lazima aseme kitu. He's the head of special secondary schools in Kenya, Mr. Walter Kwanusu. He'll be joining us shortly online. So let's have some entertainment kidogo for him to join online. Then we can wind up on that session. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tupigie Stacy Makofi. Thank you very much, Stacy. DJ, over to you. Okay, thank you, DJ. As we wait for the other teacher to join online, I want to recognize the presence of some of our guests, whom I'm going to give just a minute to just give us a few remarks. So I'm going to start with Madam Lydia Sangok from the Ministry of Education. Madam Lydia, karibu sana, welcome. Please come and say hi to your students and the parents. Karibu sana, madam.
Let me take this opportunity to sincerely
Asante sana, tumpigie makofi mazuri. So we have a teacher who is online. So we are going to give him 2 minutes just to say hi to us. Just to say hi to us. Just to say hi to us. Just hi to us. Just hi.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Oh, no, no, no. This one.
Yes, we can hear you. Proceed.
Hello.
Yes, Mwalimu, we can hear you.
We can hear you. You can hear me?
Yes.
Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. I'm Walter Kwanusi Wawire. I'm calling you from Mombasa, where we have having an international conference. But I would wish to give my views over the STEM workshop that is going on in Nairobi, the competition. And I really want to appreciate everyone who has made this possible. I want to begin by appreciating all the learners, the teachers, the principals, the Minister of Education, and above all, the Action Foundation for making this a success. Briefly, we began this 3 years ago, and I'm one of the people who were briefed and who attended our workshop over the same. It was early enough, it wasn't that easy, but I'm happy that we're reaping the fruits of the work that we have done for the last 3 years. I'm so happy that we have had a lot of trainings. Besides the trainings, we began on a low note where all our infrastructure were checked. And all along, as principals, when we began this, we didn't imagine that it was going to give us the impact that it has at the moment. But I want to appreciate that science and engineering is real, and STEM subjects, as it is at the moment in our schools, it has come out to be so nice that our learners are really enjoying. I want to appreciate the skills gained by the learners, the teachers, and the various competitions that we have had at various levels. It was not very easy, but it all came out to be a big success. As we move forward, my appeal is that to all those who have made this particular event a success, the project, my appeal as principals, the impact that it has had to the various learners, the motivation, the energy, the zeal, you can be able to see what's coming out in terms of the various demonstrations. My appeal is that let this dream not die. That's why I'm appealing to the Ibuka and the Action Foundation, plus all the other partners, that this is something that has been so special to our special needs schools. And our girls and plus even the other boys who benefited, they are eager to have more. I'm just requesting that as we move forward, I'm already aware that Madam Maria is having a project for us, but let us impress more as we reach these particular learners. I'm excited on behalf of the various principals that our learners and all those special needs children can be able to do a lot. And as we were listening, you can remember, we want to prepare the future millionaires. So I want to appreciate being brought on board, much as I've been away, but I really want to appreciate everyone who has made this particular event a success. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. Asante sana mwalimu.
Hello? Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. That was mwalimu Okay, asante. So I want to call upon now Mr. Richard Bosire for just 1 minute also to give your remarks. Mr. Bosire, karibu sana. Let's clap for Mr. Bosire. Asante sana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I was meant to make some speech, but because of time, I may not be able to do it. My name is Richard Bosire from the State Department of Social Protection and Senior Citizens Affairs. I'm here to represent my secretary for social development, who was not able to come here today. But I want to appreciate the Action Foundation, plus the Minister of Education and other partners for organizing this very important event that you have seen. I want to quote just Article 19 and Article 28 of the Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disability that obligates member states to ensure that persons with disabilities have equal choice to live independently in the community, and that they have access to adequate standard of living and social protection, including appropriate and affordable services, assistive devices, like what we are seeing today, and other assistance for disability-related needs. What really touches me is that persons with disability are considered among the most unprivileged minorities, with poverty seen as both the cause and the consequence of disability. In the poorest parts of Kenya, the percentage of children with disabilities who receive an education is as low as 1.3%. Imagine 1.3%. So they are denied education because there is no disability inclusive, accessible facilities to accommodate them, as well as inadequate and unavailable expensive assistive technologies that they have no access to. But I've seen that this project from the Action Foundation, in collaboration with the Minister of Education, is bridging that gap, which is very encouraging. We have witnessed a lot of innovation here. We have seen a lot of technology being displayed. And I say congratulations for Action Foundation, the CEO, Madam, and the staff, and your collaborators for organizing this event. And we are happy as a Ministry of Labor and Social Protection. We're happy to be part of you. We have been working with you closely, and we hope we shall be collaborating more in the days coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we are going to go to Madam Faith, who's going to represent the Director of Secondary Education. Madam Faith, a few words. Karibu sana. Tumpigie makofi. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, as you've been told, my name is Faith Nkada, working with the Ministry of Education, and representing my director. As you know, the principals, all the principals are in Mombasa. He's there with them, And that's how I found myself here. And I'm really impressed by what I have seen here. Let me say it is my first time, especially on the line of special needs students. I'm really awed by what they have been able to display here. I'm really, really impressed. Can we clap for them once more? Now, I'm also happy with the organizers of this event, Action Foundation. Been partnering with us for quite a while, and I would rather say that they are doing a good job with us. Clap for them. Now, STEM is what we see as the vehicle that is joining us or interconnecting us with the rest of the world. It is something that we cannot ignore. If we ignore STEM, then it means we'll be left behind by the rest of the world. So we can't avoid STEM. And that is why in our current curriculum, we are saying 60% of it is STEM related. STEM related. You can see the kind of innovations, the kind of interactions, ingenuity that was on the floor. So let us support STEM. Let us continue to embrace technology and innovation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Tumpigie makofi mazuri. With that said, now I want us to take our lunch break, and then we should be back here by 2:45. 2:45, we should be back here.
The girl with a disability is a hungry girl for education, mentorship, and progress, and we should not ignore that. Ibuka Girls is one of the programs that the Action Foundation runs, and in Ibuka Girls we have a STEM program called Ibuka Girls in STEM. The program has 35 special secondary schools which are distributed in 25 different counties in Kenya, and from